Hi, my name is Mike Madden, and I'm the Sage Time and Attendance product expert. What we're going to do in this CS3 sneak peek demo is provide you with a high-level overview of how our customers use the Sage Time and Attendance system to engage employees, make approving managers more strategic, and to reduce the time and effort it takes the back office to process payroll. We're going to start our demo by showing how we engage those employees with the time collection process. Let's get started. What we're looking at is the Web Punch. Web Punch is the most popular way of positioning hourly employees to collect their data in real time. Any web-enabled device these days can be used as a time clock. Just important to note that we also do offer physical time clocks as well, including badge-based time clocks and finger scanning time clocks. Employees will approach the web clock. They will then click the button that corresponds with the action. They'll hit in for day. The system will give them a successful message, and they can move on. We can also position the employees to allocate their time. By clicking the transfer button, this positions the employees to allocate their time to an organization level, for instance, a location, department, job, or project. These codes will all import from your HR package, and we can also tie a pay rate to the particular job function if needed. The employee will select the code structure. They'll click Complete to then finalize their allocation. So we can position the employees to allocate their time in real time against their projects, jobs, or locations they work amongst. All right, let's now log in as an employee and talk about further engaging employees with the back office. First, we're going to show you how employees can have access to looking at their own worked hours. So on the Punches tab, we're going to share with the employees the punch times that come directly off of the time clock or off of the web clock that we just showed you. Most organizations we work with give employees view-only access to the time. So we have built in an engagement tool that allows the employees to communicate with managers in the event that they forget to punch. And the red punch on the screen notes that the employee forgot to punch back from lunch. So we have a button to the left of each missing punch that allows the employee to tell the manager when that missing punch should have actually occurred. So the employee can fill out the missing punch form and send a note about what happened. And they can go ahead and route the form to the manager for approval. Once the manager approves that form, that will automatically fix the timesheet, recompute it, and put an entry into the audit log that the manager accepted that change. So that's how we can engage employees, hold them accountable for their own time card, and streamline the missing punch cleanup process. Let's now move into talking about leave balances. So here's our accrual summary screen. For those of you who have the employees calling into the back office or the HR team asking what our accrual balance is, we want you to take advantage of the accrual screens in Sage Time and Attendance. The employees can pull up their own balance right over the web. So here's a screen where we share with the employees how much time they have in their leave balances. Now that we've shown you how the employees can look at their leave balance, let's now show you how they can fill out the time off form and request a leave day. The employees are going to pull up the time off form. They're going to click the Add button to select dates on the calendar that they would like off. They're going to select their leave code to use. We're going to go ahead and click Add. That fills out the form. Notice the red numbers on the screen indicate how much balance is available to use in that particular leave balance. We can enforce policy to make sure employees don't go into the negative as well. We can also share with the employees a time off calendar to show who else on their team has approved leave time in the month they're making the request. The employee can include a comment, and they can go ahead and route the form to the manager by clicking Submit. At that point, the manager is going to get an email, and we'll show you how the manager approves that leave form in just a moment. We just showed you two employee self-service functions, how the employees can review their punched hours, how they can fill out the leave form. There's a couple other optional employee workflows, including piece rate tracking, mileage and expense reimbursement, as well as employee timesheet approval workflows. What we're going to do, though, is switch gears. And now that we've shown you how we engage those employees, let's turn our focus into providing managers with the right types of tools so they can proactively manage their staff's time. So we're going to log in as a manager, and we're going to go over the manager self-service component of Sage Time and Attendance. When managers log in, they get a list of their direct reports. This all imports from the HR package, so we'll import that who reports to who relationship. And in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, we have a red link for alerts and a blue link for requests. Those are our daily action items for managers. We consolidate everything the managers need to be paying attention to in the upper right-hand corner of the screen so they can quickly and efficiently get in and out of the system. So let's go into the request area. Let's approve that time off request, and we're going to talk about what happens behind the scenes. So when managers get that email, they're going to log into the system and drill into the time off request from the employee who submitted it. At this point, the manager sees all the same detail that the employee had filled out. The managers can also pull up the vacation calendar from the upper right-hand corner of the screen. They can review the balance, the codes, and they can include a response back. At this point, the manager can decline or approve in the bottom right-hand corner of the form. We're going to go ahead and approve it so we can talk about what happens behind the scenes. First thing, the employee is emailed back. They get closure. If the employees don't have email accounts, we can send them an in-system message. Second, what I'm doing right now is I'm pulling up the pay period that the employee had requested. This is the best part. The employee's timesheets automatically filled out for payroll. Next, the vacation balance or time off balance is decremented based on that request increment. Fourth, that vacation calendar we showed you is filled out with these details. Fifth, and finally, we're going to block the schedule off so this employee's manager doesn't get an alert or an exception when the employee doesn't show up these dates. So we can fully automate attendance balance management by positioning employees to request against those balances and have managers approve those time off forms. Let's switch gears now and talk about the alerts. Alerts are a call to attention or a call to action. This is how we make managers efficient and strategic. On the screen here, we see a list of alerts that the manager has to take care of. And what they can do to drill into particular alerts is click on the alert. That'll take the manager right to the employee's timesheet. So here's a second method managers can go through to correct a missing punch transaction. We're going to go ahead and have them enter the time, code the punch correctly, and click Save, and that will put an entry into the audit trail indicating that a change or addition was made. And at that point, we clear out the alert as well. So let's head back into the alert area. Some of the alerts require the manager taking action. Some of the alerts require the manager taking attention. So if the employees are coming in late or they're absent, we're going to go ahead and take note of those alerts and delete them from our alert queue. And just note that the attendance tab is going to be the screen where managers can go to review all that employee behavioral information. So all of the alerts actually replicate themselves on the attendance tab for tracking purposes. On the right-hand side of the screen, we have our points column, and the points column allows us to put a scored value on what a tardy or on what an absence transaction means, and then our points balance towards the top of the screen, we can share with managers and the employees what points transaction would equate to a verbal coaching, written warning, or any type of disciplinary scenario. So our customers who do have a points or incurrence policy are able to build the policy right into the software so managers don't have to maintain it. So our daily process from a management perspective is to drill into the upper right-hand corner, get those numbers down to 0, and get out. Now that we've shown you the day-to-day for managers by responding to the time off request and clearing out those alerts, let's show you the end of pay period process that managers will go through to approve those timesheets. Managers are going to pull up the approval spreadsheet. The approval spreadsheet will have a list of employees on the left-hand side for the manager to approve, and then on the right-hand screen, we have columns which indicate how the time is getting coded for payroll. Most of our customers set up one column per pay type that they have. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, we have links to drill into the time card details. So for Jerry, where he has 9 hours of overtime, if we see an outlying employee, we can drill into Jerry's time card by clicking the buttons on the right-hand side of the screen. When we're ready to approve all employees because we've cleared out our alerts and we've ensured there are no outliers, we can come down to the Approve All option. We're going to click Approve All, and then we're going to go ahead and click Save to finalize the approval. At this point, the system will do some error checking to make sure there are no open time off requests effective in the current period or any missing punches in the timesheets. So we have a check and balance built in here. So at that point, the manager will go back, get those employees cleaned up, and the next time that the manager comes in and approves, the timesheets will be locked from editing. The timesheets should be locked from editing because that guarantees the reconciliation point for our payroll team while they begin pushing the timesheet data into the payroll engine. Of course, we can configure security so that the back office can lock and unlock those timesheets for the managers. Now that we've shown you that we can make managers more strategic and efficient with their day-to-day review of the timesheets, let's turn our focus of the demo towards the payroll team. We're now going to present the steps leading into the time upload into the payroll system. So let's log in as a payroll person. First thing on a payroll day, our payroll person is going to run some reports so they know how much data we're pushing into the payroll engine. We have about 100 different reports in the time and attendance system. We have an automated report engine. Managers are much more likely to look at approaching overtime reports, trend analysis reports, schedule versus worked variance reports if that data is sitting in their inbox. We can schedule any of these reports to be sent to the managers. The reports can also be sent to managers in Word, Excel, and PDF format. Payroll managers are going to run a payroll report so they know how much data that they're pushing into the payroll engine. This payroll report will share some employee detail, including the allocations on the upper left-hand corner of the screen. We have our pay type analysis towards the center of the report. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, we have our wage analysis and rate information. Again, we can tie pay rates to specific jobs, and we can also calculate that FLSA overtime. Towards the bottom of the screen, payroll managers want to see a report total so they know how many hours we're pushing into the payroll engine. So this report information is going to be used to balance data after we push it into the payroll engine. All right, the next step will be for managers to export the time into the payroll engine. Managers will select the group that they want to select, for instance, hourly or salary, and we can also export the entire company. At this point, we're going to export the payroll information. We're going to import it into the payroll engine. We're going to balance payroll and time and attendance through reporting. When both time and attendance and payroll balance, we can proceed through payroll finalization. So there you have it. We just demonstrated how we engage employees, how we make managers more strategic and efficient, and how we decrease the effort to process payroll. Sage Time and Attendance makes it that simple.